All right, welcome again to another session of another live stream. Medyo late tayo nag-start today kasi masarap ang tambay with friends. And we're just gonna do a very quick stream today. Maybe we'll watch a video muna, no, regarding the updates for Diablo 4 Season 5. But yeah, let's see. Let's try to watch muna siguro Rax's reaction, no, to, or not really reaction but a vlog, no, regarding updates on the game. So yun muna siguro panoorin natin. So let's see kung ano yung mga pwede natin gawin on the upcoming season 5.
This is Artlist.io, a platform built to empower your business with high-quality creative assets, music, footage, templates, and sound effects.
Lipat natin yung tsura.
Everything a brand needs to create stunning videos.
I do apologize for the ads. Hopefully walang strike yan.
Hi everyone, it's Rax. After the
Hi, Rax.
campfire yesterday for Diablo 4, we got the Season 5 updated patch notes. And a lot of the stuff that they've changed, they highlighted in red. And as I read through it, most of the things that were covered in yesterday's video about the campfire summary were already talked about. But you can see at the top here, I have a bunch of images opened because at the bottom, they gave us images of essentially all of the unique changes coming in the game. And they are very, very significant. So I was originally going to go through every single one, but that video would be super, super long. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you all the updates to the Mythic Uniques. I'm going to show you one or two awesome changes for every single class just to give you an idea of some very cool things that they're doing for the game. And I think things are going to enable a lot of builds and make the next season and honestly the future of the game a lot of fun. So let's start with the first Mythic Unique, Ring of the Starless Skies. So I already thought that Ring of the Starless Skies was one of the best items in the entire game, especially for how much it solves your resources. But when you look at the new version, it's actually even better. So first of all, they're giving you a massive amount of attack speed, and attack speed is absolutely godly, not only because it feels much better on items, but also it's kind of like a damage multiplier for a lot of different skills.
Sabihan natin si Rax,
Where
baka
usually
nalulungkot eh.
most things in the game are additive. So I consider attack speed more of a multiplier, which is crazy. The critical strike chance was more than doubled, along with a lucky hit chance. And I would way, way rather have +2 to core skills than 19% core damage for exactly what we just talked about. Adding 2 to your actual skill is multiplicative damage, whereas core damage is additive. It should be better. And then it looks like the power is about the same. So this was already one of the very best items in the entire game, and it just got a lot better. Starless Skies, you're going to be an actual god.
Nakakaya, nakamute pala ako dun.
So the next one, Doombringer, another super awesome item. 114 to all stats is crazy. By the way, notice the implicit. It went from 17% critical strike damage. 17, nice, by the way. Critical strike damage is conditional. You have to crit in order to get that bonus. Now you just get the 100, which is a much higher magnitude for free. So that's already incredibly strong. 114 to all stats is absolutely crazy, especially because your main stat is going to be, again, a multiplier, and depending upon what class that you're playing, it even got buffed in Season 5. 35% to maximum life is a huge increase over 26%. It's going to be impossible to die with this thing because they also give you 10% damage reduction. That's one of the rarest affixes you'll see anywhere in the game, just to straight up take less damage. This is going to be perfect for hardcore and really hard content in Diablo 4. There's not really anything super hard in the game right now. That's what she said. But in the future, there may be. This would be a godly item for that. Chance to heal for the life went up significantly. And Okay, so one thing about this is you can't really trust the numbers at the bottom because the people taking the screenshots didn't always use the same character and things. So some of them are actually reversals, like X-Fall Ring. The damage went down, and I asked Blizzard, did you actually nerf X-Fall? And they said no, so they need to take the screenshots consistently. But if this number is to be believed, then the 900 shadow damage goes to 12,000, which is much more than a 10x increase on its proc. And then with Fists of Fate that we're going to see later, that's going to dramatically increase your lucky hit chance. Anything with a lucky hit chance paired with those pair of gloves are going to proc all the time. So you're going to take no damage. You're going to heal yourself and send out this shadow damage to your surrounding enemies and make them further deal less damage. Should be quite incredible. I'll have Varion, Spear of Lysander, getting 18%
Let's go,
to
Druid.
all stats. That's interesting. We can look at the implicit here. 160 damage to critical strike, vulnerable, and overpower damage. So the way that I'm understanding how this will work is all three of those will just go into your stat sheet. So all three of them should stack. If you crit, you're hitting a vulnerable enemy and you happen to overpower, which would be insane. Movement speed on a weapon and a massive amount of it should feel amazing for speed farming and really all content.
Grabe yung all resist.
66% all res on a weapon essentially solves all resistance in your entire character. And what that means on all your other gear, you never have to get all res, which means you get essentially an extra stat. And again, masterworked all the way up on several pieces of gear, which is incredible. It also potentially means if you were going to socket your jewelry with gems, or gems for resistances, now you can gem for armor, which again solves multiple stat problems for you. Could be quite good. It's going to help you restore resources, and it looks like the power is the same. It's a very interesting item, going to move at the speed of light, and it's going to solve a bunch of stats for you. The Grandfather. The implicit is 150% increased damage. The all stats was doubled. Get an extra 300 life. Going to increase our max resources. And instead of 56% damage, we get 300% more damage.
Sorry, may commercial. Sorry, hindi tayo naka-premium.
So your additive damage here is going to be through the roof. So we're going to be doing some big bonks with the Grandfather. Melted Heart. So the implicit gives you 3 max all res. Could be incredible when paired with the Doombringer. How are you ever going to die? And the 30 all res implicit is very nice as well. 5 all res can make actually a big difference. So they're going to give us a huge lucky hit chance. They're buffing the movement speed. Again, they're giving you damage reduction while you're healthy. So those hits, those first initial hits should help prevent
speed
everywhere. And they buffed the resource generation. So, and it looks like the power is about the same. So, again, already a super godly item, even better coming into next season. Materials Might. We're getting a massive amount of movement speed on
resistance
chest.
to all elements.
We're increasing our max res by 7.5. Very, very hard to die. Again, it's going to solve resistances for you completely. And they doubled the DR. 20% damage reduction on a single item is a colossal defensive upgrade. Amazing. Again, it says the full life, you unleash a damage barrage of 0. Of course, it's not 0. They took some weird screenshots for this one. And Dario's giving us 666 poison res, paying a little tribute to Diablo there. I love that. The all stats got multiplied by 4. Now we have 77 instead of 18. The attack speed went to 30%. Yeah, I can't even explain to you how much better that would make your character feel and how much fast you attack. Rogues really like to take Andariels. Man,
Again, you
you are
would
going to
still
be
have to
flying.
masterwork
And since
this
you
one.
attack so fast, that 400 life on hit is going to keep you alive very, very nicely. And the 10 maximum poison res combined with the implicit means that Duriel's never going to kill you ever again. It looks like, according to the screenshot, that the poisoning damage was 8x, 9x the damage, which is crazy because the poison already did something in the current game, and now it's going to be utterly devastating going forward. So you can see some huge changes here.
Let's go, Shao.
So Shaco was already, if you didn't know, this is what everyone always refers to as a Shaco because of Diablo 2. This is already borderline the best item in the game, and it only got better. So we get more life. Max resource is all right. The resource gen and the all stats that we got before, that's not bad, but 2,500 armor is going to solve armor for your character. Now, you don't need any armor rolls, you don't need any armor powers, but the real win here is it went from 7 cooldown reduction, which is a very, very rare stat. It's like damage reduction. You just can't find it anywhere, to 20. 20% cooldown reduction on a single item is out of this world. And it gives you 20% damage reduction, the other impossible stat, and 4 to all ranks of all of your skills, which again is that multiplicative damage that we can't find. It's hard to say that this is not the best item in the game. It's absolutely incredible. You are going to want one of these in your collection for sure. Let's look at a generic item here, Fists of Fate. And some of the regular uniques are not going to get as colossal of upgrades. But the one that I wanted to point out here was up to a 51% lucky hit chance. That will help you on so many cool powers that they're putting in the game in the future to actually activate them. So the Fists of Fate were already sometimes used in builds, but with having attack speed and crit and that massive lucky hit, it's going to be incredible. And the lucky hit proc here, again, will help us apply our stagger, and they randomly deal additional damage. Very, very cool change here. Something you always have to keep in mind when making your builds. Let's go to Barbarians. No one's really talked about Upheaval. Fun fact, in the alpha, Upheaval Barbs were the best build in the game by a mile, until they nerfed the living shit out of it. And one of the reasons was because Hellhammer was so strong, so they nerfed the shit out of it before it even came to life. Well, it's kind of returning to its former glory here.
Masterworking.
So,
70% for upheaval
at the bottom
size.
ignites the ground, so it burns enemies for you. Look at the implicit. 300% damage to burning enemies. That is way better than 105 overpower damage. They're going to give you 336 or up to 360 strength. Again, that's multiplicative damage for barbs. It's going to put one of the best temperings for upheaval.
Implicit pang 300% damage to burning
so it pretty much
enemies.
solves it for you in one roll, and then you only need, I think, one of them on your weapons.
Barb.
And then plus 6 to upheaval instead of 4 is significant. You could get it as a greater affix, and then you could masterwork it. And that is a huge, huge amount of damage along with Wallop, which is a nice passive. And then the burning damage looks like it's going to go up a lot more. And it's going to have a multiplier for every 100 strength that you have. And it also gives you a 360 strength to start you off with. So this should be a massive, massive improvement to upheaval,
30%
and should pretty much completely
increase,
change the power level of the build. So, Waxing Gibbous. We were looking for updates to Shred. I made an entire video about things that I would like to improve. One thing that we're seeing here is this unique has been updated, as chat pointed out to me yesterday. So when you kill an enemy, you gain stealth. Stealth guarantees that you crit for 4 seconds. So as long as you can keep killing, not only do you have guaranteed crits, but you don't have to solve for crit on your gear. And that means you can take other stats, which is why the weapon just loads you up on critical strike damage if you're always going to be critting.
No, again,
Then
I'm
the
not
logical
really familiar
follow-up
with
question
Druid, so
here
I'm not
is,
sure if this
how
is
is
a good
this going to
item or
work
not.
on bosses? What if they don't have ads? This thing sucks and my build sucks. Look at the second point here. Blood Howl grants stealth for 3 seconds. So as long as you can put a lot of effort into cooldown and lowering the cooldown of Blood Howl, that can also solve it for bosses. So it's a very cool thing that they're thinking about, and they're trying to make these uniques that have some grievous weaknesses actually shine in multiple areas of the game. So that's a very nice change. Let's do another one for the Druid. I mean, we all know that they do 17 damage. The Great Staff of the Crone, among other updates, Storm
130
Strike
implicit damage to
changed
close
to
at meron
additional
270
targets.
pa.
I love stuff like that. In Path of Exile, whenever they have stuff like greater multiple projectiles or pierce or chain, it makes the skills feel so much more fun to play. I love stuff like this. I hope that they continue to think about stuff like this and add it to the game. I'm genuinely praying that this build is going to be godly. Hopefully Boiler or McFluffin can craft it, or Theory craft us something beautiful for the Druid there. Okay, now let's go to Necro. Now, Necro's got a big buff last season, so they're pretty good. One of their best builds is Blood Surge. Blood Surge sends out a big Nova. It's godly for leveling, and then it like falls off a cliff in the end game. Now, among other changes, the thing that I'm looking for here is, again, the second line. Blood Surge drains an additional 3 times from elites. I hope this also counts against bosses.
Alright, for those that just tuned in, no, thank you so much. We're gonna play a few games, no, or a few gaming later, so later na. Watch muna natin to.
Means that it's also the damage. But assuming that that's how this works, again, it solves one of its biggest problems. Blood Surge is already incredible for deleting the whole room, but it can't do any single target damage. So things like this will make the build really come online and feel great, not just for AoE farming little minions. Very, very nice. Now, for the rogues, this is one of the uniques that they showed off in the campfire chat. And the thing that I like about this is, before, it used to be casting
Stun
Flurry
grenade size?
has a 30% chance to release stun grenades. Okay, well now it's core skills. That opens it up. The chance is higher at 45%. Again, we can't
Plus
tell
1
anything from the
energy
damage because the
when
way
a
they took
stun
the
grenade
screenshots.
explodes.
But look at the third line. 1 energy whenever a stun grenade explodes.
Oof.
So spamming all these core skills is going to throw all of these stun grenades, which build your energy back up. By the way, don't sneeze on the fact that they threw CDR on this
it's
ring,
no
which
longer
again,
just
is one of the
Flurry.
best and rarest
Lahat na ng core
affixes in the
skills.
entire game. So if this is going to work how I think it may be, it might solve your energy problems on Rogue, and you can just blast all the time. It's going to feel great. Now there's a lot of great uniques for the Sorcerer. I think
Let's
maybe
go,
the
Fireball
Sorcerer
Sword.
won more than any other class, but let's look at 2 of them. And this is what I'm probably planning on playing next season because of the changes. So the Gloves of the Illuminator, again, the third line is what I'm looking at here. 2 mana when a fireball explodes. It's going to
Sheesh.
solve our mana
Wala na
issues,
agad sa
potentially
resource
throwing
niyan.
fireballs everywhere. And now they used to give you a 20% damage penalty, and now
Oops. I'm sorry, Rax. I'm gonna have to skip this one.
the penalty is 0. Much, much better. Should be pretty much incredible as we're tacking on more, almost double the attack speed, and we're tacking on additional crit chance. But why update 1 unique for Fireball when you could update 2? So first of all, we've got 170 fire damage implicit.
Sheesh.
That's a ton of
First
additive
line,
damage.
second
It's
line,
like more additive
third
damage
line, and
than
fourth line.
we had on the entire other thing
Two additional
combined last
projectiles
time
every third
on
cast.
just the implicit without the actual stat, and it's not conditional because you're just doing fire damage. It's a massive buff. 300 it is colossal, more so for sorcerers than rogues or barbs, because the way that they changed how core stats give you extra damage buffs sorcerers more. So it's 360 int is a massive, massive amount of damage. And now they're going to fly faster. We got a chance to cast them twice. It almost solves it for you in one roll. And the +6 to fireball, again, is a colossal damage increase. And then they also increased the multiplier.
Season of the Uniques.
And one more time, there are 2 uniques that got updated for fireball. And there's more stuff for sorcerer besides this. So
I like
the final thing that I want to comment on here is I actually left this feedback essentially in the alpha of the game when I first played it, when Blizzard brought me and Woody in and we were writing documents of feedback. What I really need in Diablo 4 is a reason to play. The way that you give me a reason to play is give me fun builds to make in theorycraft, give me challenges to overcome in the endgame. This is where Diablo is still really lacking. This is where we need help going forward. And you need to be much more brave with your designs. Stop giving me 10% damage. Stop giving me 7% attack speed. Give me things like 2 mana when a fireball explodes. Think about crazy things and crazy interactions so we can sit here like a mad scientist and come up with these crazy combinations and
Think
feel
about
really
the
good
na
when they actually come
spamability of
together
the
and
spell.
work as
Oh
an
my
awesome
gosh.
build. Adam Jackson sent me a message yesterday. I said, "Thank you for going in this direction. People seem to like what you're doing here. Please continue this." And he responded and said, "This is indicative of where our design team is taking the game. To me, this is such a breath of fresh air. This is so much better. I actually might be excited when a unique drops. It is actually possible that when a unique drops for a certain build, that I might actually just respec on the fly because I have this awesome unique that enables
Alright,
this build
so
that's way
normal
stronger
rocks
than what I'm
ranting
currently
lang.
running while
So,
I'm leveling up. This previously
ganyan
was
lang talaga siya.
unthinkable and
So bear with him.
impossible for
He's just
almost every
frustrated.
item in the game, unless you got like a Tempest Roar on a Druid. Very, very rare that this would happen. So I give Blizzard massive credit, and I wanted to dive into some of these uniques to hopefully build some hype here and explain to you why, when I was watching the full campfire, why a lot of the things looked really promising. So let me know what you guys think. Let me know if this is a better direction. I know there's a ton of other things we got to fix besides the end game and tempering. We need loadouts. There's other things. But man, do you think that this is a better direction for the game? Because I sure do. Thank you.
Ayun, I think things are looking up for the next season. So, ayun, let's play na siguro. Oops, load up a game lang for a while. Yeah, I'm planning to play ano rin, Fireball Sorted because of the updated uniques. Lalo na for the gloves and the two-hand staff. Para we can switch then to Chain Lightning if ever it doesn't work. Let's play a bit of Diablo 4. Just look at things. Alright, so let's delete this one. Master. Let's delete this one as well. Oops, sorry. Let's create a new character again. Then let's practice it from the start now. Start from scratch. Let's get our sheesh together. So just finalize that. There. Get campaign, start game, seasonal realm. Alright. Medyo napasarap lang din ang tambay with friends kanina. So we started late. Kinda sleepy na din. How are you guys? Bakit may mga gising pa? Hope you guys are okay.
I cannot do that here.
What's this? Oh, meron pala tayong bag. What are we doing? Alright, so these are just cosmetics. You don't have to do this. I just have it, that's why I need to apply it.
I cannot do that here.
Okay. So medyo hindi tayo familiar with the controls. Yung mga kailangan tayong baguhin sa totoo lang. Ugh, okay. Okay, so this is really weird. Kailangan ba mag 1, 2, 3, 4 ulit? Okay, sige. Let's reset to default na lang ulit. Tapos, okay. Sorry. Pero, ayoko kasi to eh. Ayoko nang meron akong basic skills. Naglalakad ako. So, gawin pa natin siyang tapos ito, I'd say let's E. Nasa action wheel pala yun. Interact F. Ain't that weird? So every time I pull it out, we're gonna click F. Okay. So reset to default ulit tayo. Okay, interact. Basic combine move. Okay. So definitely we're still gonna stick with WASD. Interact. Mount, dismount. Okay lang. Let's keep F. So yeah, let's keep F. For the town portal, it's gonna be that. For the potion, it's gonna be this, but then. Oof. Okay. Ito kailangan natin let's put that in L. Abilities panel, let's just K. Potion. Okay, let's just save that for now. It's for the skill. OMG. Ah, nabaligtad ko. Pero sige, okay lang. Ano to? Okay. "10% of the burning damage you apply to enemies as additional direct damage. 20% when hitting 3 enemies at least." Okay. Kung kailangan natin yan. Isang teleport. Chain na rin tayo.
Not while I'm in town.
You, wanderer, I know what you are.
See? Ito yung awkward part eh. Kasi I use this part for... Pero I'll be... Ugh, it's so awkward, swear. Kaya ko to guys.
I cannot do that here.
Can you feel it, Wanderer? Like...
Mukha bang inaantok niya. Pumipigit-pigit na rin ako eh.
I cannot do that here. I'm not ready yet. I'm out of mana. What is this?
My word.
I need time.
I think I just have to face the fact na kailangan natin mag-F every time.
Out of mana once again.
Okay, yung pet natin, nalimutan natin. Oh. Creepy.
I cannot do that here.
Yung galing na ako dito, tapos hindi ko man lang inayos. Let's go.
I need time to prepare.
And glass cannon. Nope. Okay. Switch our weapon.
I must return this to its owner. I'm not ready yet. I'm not ready yet. Out of mana once again.
What? I have 496 pa din? Do we retain yung ano? Seryoso ba?
I lack the needed mana.
Do we retain yung cinders? Okay. I'm not complaining, I'm just surprised.
I lack the needed mana. I need time to prepare that.
Okay, I just have to face the fact that I have to. Ang problema lang kasi sa kanya, pag ganito kalayo, ayaw niyang mag-interact. So, I guess we'll combine the move and interact sa F na lang. So we move when we want to pick up stuff. No? I guess that's a good plan. Okay, now comfortable na ako mag QE.
I'm not ready yet.
We have people in the chat. Are you guys there? Okay, mamatay dahil sa kalokohan ko. Oops. Again, F, Kev, F, F, F. F, Kev, F. Sorry, I have to remind myself. Maximum evade. How do we compare items again? Compare shift. Okay, alright. Maxine.
I'm not ready yet.
Sorry, hindi na pala health tide to. Oh my word. I'm so noob. Oh, ba? 255 pa lang din naman. Katapos lang din. Okay. Let's do some dopamine run. Where is that again? Here? Yep. Ay, hindi tayo nakasave dun. So, let's teleport here.
I cannot do that here.
Do we have any Diablo 4 players here in the chat? What classes do you plan on playing on the season start?
I need time to prepare that.
Na-stop pala ako, di ko napansin, sorry.
Low in precious mana. I need time to prepare.
Likely wanderer. Without you, I'd be dead. Think I can manage from here?
Right, so may wala na pala. Low tide na. Alright, we might have to end us the stream earlier. I'm super sleepy right now. Napapapikit na ako.
I'm not ready yet.
Cannot really start with a fireball agad. I think we need to respec to a art clash muna. An art clash build and then we switch to fireball. Mas kailangan natin ng gloves of illuminator before this build is enabled I think. Medyo resource hungry siya no?
I'm not ready yet.
Nope, di kaya.
I'm out of mana.
Let's see if we can survive. Kailangan natin flame shield. See that AoE clear? Wala. As in, wala. O yung as in wala, pero it's not that as effective as other builds. Starting builds. So I don't know. You wouldn't want to grind until you have the gloves of Illuminator or the staff at least muna. Pretty good.
I need time to prepare. Precious.
Alright, so di ko na kaya. Antok na ako. I might have to end the stream right now. Thank you so much for tuning in once again. I won't be doing any live stream tomorrow, as I will be preparing the streaming account. And then we'll resume streaming come Sunday. And I'll see you guys then. Bye.